Evening people, evening. Oh, excuse me. Welcome back to the channel. We are back for round 3 of the Porsche Cayman Cup. Nearly couldn't get my words out then. Hosted by the P1 racing community over there on Facebook. We are live for round 3 from Red Bull Ring tonight. So 2 20-minute races, 3 20-minute races. And they do have to use hards. And is that this one? Am I getting this all wrong? Am I thinking of the Civics? I need more information. But it is the Porsche Cayman Cup. That's for sure. I've definitely got the right night and the right cars. That's for certain. Whether I've got the right lobby information is a totally different thing. But Red Bull Ring tonight. It is the full course as well, not the short one. We'll see what happens. If the weather turns, it can make this an absolute horrendous circuit to drive, but we'll see. But before we get into the lobby, merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. I might have to get rid of that T-shirts one soon because I'm pretty much out. Plenty of stickers though. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of that. Right, into this lobby. Boom, schmack, pow. Sound on. Evening. Stay hydrated, people. I've just finished a drink, so that's for going on. That's for going on, that is. So, round 3. Red Bull Ring. You know what I haven't done? Because I'm a muppet. Let's go back to this screen. Look, what I should be showing you is these. The points leading the way then. After round 2, we've got HKRT Kevin with 69 points, but Dylan nipping at his heels with 68 points in second. Mockin is in third with 57 points. Let me just turn those cars off a minute. They're distracting me a little. So Ginger Imposter in fourth with 50 points. Did I say Mockin Weeks 57 points? I think I did. Midas Alani in fifth with 49 points. We've got Captain Pugwash VR2 with 38 points. P1 Pilgrim in 7th with 37 points. Obi-Wan in 8th with 37 points as well, so joint 7th. Manos in 9th with 31 points. We've got Tyre Slayer in 10th with 26 points. HKRT Sturpan in 11th with 23 points. Ice Chand with 12th with 20 points. P1 Don 13th with 17 points, and Tree Many Numbers has got 12 points in 14th. I don't think we're going to see Ice Chand racing tonight, but there is a new driver sitting in his spot, so that is points coming into tonight's round. Evening again. I'll do it again. Why not? Let me turn the sound back on as well, otherwise I'll completely muff it all up, won't I? So this is where we're at tonight. The little circuit in the centre of the screen there. We'll see. Only a short qualifier tonight. Get ourselves on with somebody a little bit closer to the start finish line. Who have we got? You. So back on the new driver tonight. We'll see how he gets on. So through turn 1 then, getting pretty much 90-degree corner up the hill. Firing all the way down this straight, back up the hill. Absolute mess of a corner coming up here. Will be the first lap or two when they're very close together. see them all the way over to that left-hand side, trying to catch that apex. Don't want to hit that big curve on the inside, you don't want to hit that big curve on the outside either. That corner, if you run far too wide, you do pick up a very big penalty as well. You don't want one of those either. So down towards turn 3, down the hill, right-hand elbow, very big sandpit on the left-hand side to catch you if you get it all wrong. Centre part of this circuit then, turning left and then left again. Big long, it's almost a hairpin, big long hairpin. This one as well comes back round on itself, but wouldn't really know it, to be honest. Onto this final straight, 2 yellow markers represent the penalty zone. So if they do pick up any penalties, they lose it down that straight. To this right-hander, the pit entrance on the right as well. Through the final turn, again easy to run wide on the exit of that corner. And pick up a great big penalty there as well. Start finish straight. So there's not a great deal to Red Bull Ring in terms of track layout, but the undulation, the ups and the downs, the great big curves on the inside, and the kinks through the corners can catch the drivers out. I'll tell you, if it rains, it's going to be interesting. So we have a 5-minute qualifier. I think we're just waiting for drivers to get online. I think they've had issues, or I know it's going to be hot tonight. People are up in their lofts, and it's going to be absolutely crazily hot up there. Probably leaving until the very last minute to turn anything on. Drivers. Paris 76 flop, or fill-up, apologies. Greek drivers in abundance in the P1 lobbies now. Obviously found a group they quite like racing with, and the Canadian. Don't know who Eric Blake 21 is. I assume his name's Eric Blake. I don't know who he is. Joining us for a bit of a punch up in the Porsches tonight, though. Whether he, I know there was 1 or 2 drivers joining tonight, but I think that, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to call you Filippo Perio Olive Oil. It's pretty much that, isn't it? But let me just find him again. Look. It's the opposite way round. Paris 76 Filippo, but it could be Filippo Perio, couldn't it? Olive Oil. Could be something even worse, but don't go there, because this is a child-friendly channel, almost, near, isn't it? That close. So yeah, not sure who we're waiting on right about now. I might just chuck something in the chat, see what's going on. Oh, was that Mocky just coming in the chat saying, let's go? I think it was. Drivers slowing down then. And pulling donuts and crashing into each other. Yeah, that tells me we're pretty much about to get race 1 underway. Oh, sorry, qualifying underway. Don't forget to hit that like button, people. There is the bing bong ding then for qualifying to start. Everybody out on medium tyres, or we'll wait till they leave the pits. Looks like the majority of drivers going for medium tyres for race 1. Ghosting out drivers all over the place then. So here you go, it's only a short 5-minute qualifier. I wasn't paying attention to lap times during the practice session, but we've got drivers smashing themselves into the wall behind, tyre slayer. Already got a bit of front end damage. So yes, only a short 5-minute qualifier, so the outlap's going to take them, you know, a minute or whatever it is, and then possibly 2 laps depending on how quick they are. So it's Pilgrim that leads us out, Captain Pugwash right behind him at the minute. Again, just outlaps, no real battles should be happening at the moment. You know, boys will be boys, and they try and take each other out. Imposter. HKRT Kevin, current championship leader, HKRT Kevin. Okay, out laps over and done with. Hot laps coming in. 133 on the out lap from Pilgrim. We're going to be a little bit quicker on the race lap, obviously. There's a little bit of a gap from Captain Pugwash as well there. So Dylan's found himself with half a second penalty on his first hot lap. That's not what you want. That's not what you want on your hot laps. Icon GT, new driver. Mr. Eric Blake, new driver. Filippo Perio, new driver. Got to check something out. I've got to, because I'll tell him off otherwise. Where's he gone? What's he done with it? Not Paris, not Paris. We're not telling Paris off. We're telling Kevin off. Yeah. I'll be telling Kevin off. Tell me if you see a dark smoker logo on there, people. I don't. Kev, you said you were going to do one. Never mind. Right, here we go then. We're going to start seeing these lap times coming in. You know, I'm going to see another lap qualifying. Oh, it's 39. Not very good by Pilgrim. He must have messed it up somewhere. 133 on his outlet. Oh no, maybe that's just the... Oh, Gigi Costa trying to pick that thing up in turn 1, all wrong. The timing line must be at a different point as they come out of the pits then, but it is Kevin that has currently taken pole position with a 138.7. He has got a penalty for this next lap, as has Midas. Throw themselves in pits. Sturban in third, 139.1 as well. Mocking Weeks currently 139.1. Costa fifth, 139.2 for him. Pilgrim has thrown himself back in the pits. Can't see his lap time. He was 0.3 behind Ginger Imposter, so he's on a 139.5-ish. Tyre Slayer 139.8. Anos 140.3 for him. Captain Pugwash, you see, just driving himself through the gravel there with a penalty. Not sure what's happening. 140.3. Eric Blake 141.0 for him. GT Dylan got rid of that penalty, 142.0 for him as well. Harris in 12th, currently 143.2. Obi with 154.5. You can see him going backwards. And Mycon GT in 14th. No lap on the clock for him at the minute. So there goes the checkered flag. Oof. Kevin was on pole, but Dylan's come through to snatch that off him. 0.2 of a second quicker. Second then, Midas Alani third, Sturpan in fourth. Mockin just coming up to the line. Quicker, Khan stays fifth. Ginger Imposter in sixth. Vanos in seventh. One in eighth. Tyre Slayer ninth. Pilgrim in 10th, Captain Pugwash in 11th, Paris in 12th, Eric Blake 13th, and Mike on 14th. So the new drivers at the back of the field for race 1. It is this man, Dylan, on pole for the first one. 38.5, and a little bit of time somewhere. Hydration. Good luck to you boys behind the wheel tonight. It's going to be an absolute mare for you lot, I can imagine. You know, the most I'm doing is talking a bit quickly and picking up a vape and a bottle of water every now and then. You lot have got to fight against your X amount of Newton meter wheels for the next 20 minutes. Straight into race 1 then. Let's see how they all get on through turn 1. Again, tricky one. A lot of cars on track. A lot of them will be looking for the inside lines, that sort of thing. Okay, on board with, well, we're concentrating on GT7 Dylan. We'll concentrate on the rest of the field though, just keep them in focus, see if we get any false starts. Everyone holding it until the lights dropped. Dylan gets away well, manages to hold the line in front of Kev down towards turn 1 then. Here we go. We're going to see drivers risking it through there. Towards turn 2, Dylan under threat by Kevin. He's used a bit of slipstream to pull himself up behind Dylan. Gets himself under the rear wing, heading down towards turn 3. Chases on down here then. Won't be going for the move into. Oh, he actually will go for the move. That was brave. Be able to get 2 cars through there cleanly, but there you go. Kevin has made it work. Dylan gets pushed to 2nd then. Chase back on, minus holding 3rd. He's got Mike Weeks who's made up a position. He's into 4th, jumped ahead of Sternham. Sternham got a Jim Poster for company. He once had a good move as well. He's up to 7th. In 8th. Captain Pugwash 9th, Paris 10th, Icon and Eric Blake both having a look at him into this next corner. Paris goes a little bit deep. Icon tries to get that thing pointing in a straight line, and they are all through that final turn and back onto the start-finish straight. Very cleanly. Tyre Slayer and Manos have had a little bit of a coming together somewhere. They're both a little way off the pack. Up to the front then, Kevin still leads. He's still got a mirror full of GT7 Dylan. Thinks about having a little look up there. Now, did he go for the same move? Will he throw one at the inside of turn 3? Quite close enough, but I think Kevin was quite close enough before, and there we go. He thought about it, Dylan. He did think about it. Trying to get a better run on him out of this corner. It's not worked at the minute. These two are definitely pulling away from the rest of the pack. Maybe 2 seconds. They've got the rest of the field at the minute. Dylan right behind Kevin. opportunity here, maybe. Kevin's already onto that one, goes a little bit to the right, just to defend a tiny bit. Knows you can run this corner a little bit wide if you need to. Has he pushed Kevin too hard? Oh, couldn't get the move back up the inside into this final corner either. And down they go again then. Still pulling time on everyone else behind again. Kevin goes defensive. By side through there, little bit of bumping, Kevin retains the lead. Okay, let's go through then. Sturpan. Wow. So after losing a couple of positions, he's got himself back into third. I think we're just having a look at Dylan. A little look at Kevin up front again. Has he got the switch back up the inside? He goes for it. Just going to stay on board with this, I think, for a second. Look at it. He's not even flinching behind the wheel. Holds that outside line, gets a bit of a drift on. Oh, he holds it as well, Kev. A bit of driving, could have snapped back, thrown him into that sand pit, but he has picked it up. Got a little bit of time to Dylan, but still getting a slipstream here. Sturpan up into third, then Midas Alani into fourth, Mockin still fifth. Obi-Wan 6th position, Pilgrim now 7th. Just an overtake in the middle of that pack. Captain Pugwash in 8th. Gingy Posture has found himself all the way down in 9th with a penalty. Just about to lose that. Perez coming up behind him. Oh, one driver. Closing up on Gingy Posture down towards this final corner. Able to get the move on him then, even with that penalty loss. He's made a bit of time over Maicon and Manos, Tyre Slayer. Eric Blake's fallen off the field now then. He's had a terrible mistake somewhere. Tyre Slayer and Manos got past him. They're actually getting a little bit closer to Maicon here. On for another overtake. Blake 11 seconds down. Ooh. Incidents like that probably. Oh, so Dylan still leads. Kevin has pulled the time back on him, but he has picked himself up a half a second penalty as well. So he's made a little mistake somewhere, cut the circuit. Fortunately, that's going to dent his attack on Dylan. He's trying to make the move on him, get in front of him before he loses his penalty. Far Dylan disappears when Kevin comes to lose his penalty. Then when he hits these two yellow markers, we'll see. Pulls over Dylan. There we go. Disappears. He's got to do it all over again. He is now 0.9 of a second behind GT7 Dylan. Twice the amount of time he's got to make back up here. Starting to spread open a little bit. There are potential attack positions, Mockin and Pilgrim. Obi. Midas Alani as well. There's sort of similar gaps between them all. So top 7 pulled a little bit of a gap over Captain Pugwash. He's in 8th. Got himself a penalty as well. Gingy Imposter chasing him down for that position. What's that? ASAP does the Imposter. Harris into 10th, closing up on the boys as well. Just 1.5, lost the 10th coming out of there. They're 1.6 now. And he has got these drivers again pretty close behind. Maicon 2.3. There's Manos right behind him. Tyre Slayer only a second back from that fight as well. See Manos make a move on Maicon. outside. Has Maicon seen it? Has plenty of room given by both drivers. That's what we want to see. Fair racing. Does find himself with a penalty. Almost drives himself off circuit there as well. It was a little bit slow. That's given Tyre Slayer a look here. Gets away without losing his penalty this lap, Maicon. Tyre Slayer already closing up on him. Gets himself back. Yeah, puts a little bit of time back on Manos just in front of him as well here. Or Eric Blake, nowhere to be seen at the minute. 13 seconds behind. Tyre Slayer has a look at the inside into turn 1. Exit out of here. Has he got a run on him into turn 2? Maicon's not going to make it easy for him. Go around the outside if you're going to go, he says. Carries way more speed than him. Down the straight though, into turn 2. Keeps Manos in his sights as well, even whilst trying to get that driver out of the way. Got a little bit of punch up happening in front as well. Perez then on the back end of Gingy Imposter for 9th. Still don't see a Dark Smoker logo on there though. You know, I know we can't put one on mid-race, but Gingy Imposter on the sand. So Perez able to get through. Picks up that 9th position. And Gingy Imposter on tyres dirty. Goes wide through there. Looks to get the cut back on Perez, but again, different lines through there for these drivers. There is Captain Pugwash just in front, leading this back half of the grid. Maicon losing his penalty now. Falls off the field a little bit, 3.1 seconds. So back up from Dylan then, stretch that gap between himself and Kevin. 1.4 seconds the gap then between first and second. Sturpan still a long way off at the moment, 3 seconds off of Kevin. Kev's found himself with another half a second penalty here. All working out for Dylan at the minute. Stretches that gap to 1.7. Line through there for Kerr, uses as much curve as he possibly can. Takes 3/10 out of Dylan's time here. He has got to lose this half a second penalty again. We'll see what that gap stretches up to by the time they get round the final corner. Opens back up just before the penalty zone here. 1.6 seconds again. Oh, it's an absolute dent. 1.6 seconds. It's now 3.4. Wow. As he picked up a penalty in between that and the actual penalty line, and we didn't see it. It's added on another second. I don't know. There you go, Dylan. Comfortably out front then, 3.2 seconds over Kevin. That big loss of penalty has brought him really kind of in the firing line of Sturpan here. 1.8 seconds behind. There is Obi-Wan dragging Mockingbird, dragging Binus Alani, dragging Pilgrim. So they are all closing up on Sturpan as well, I think. It's back at 1.7, we'll keep an eye on that. Second half of race 1 though, 12 minutes into this 20-minute race. Already warming here, people. That gap is coming down between Obi and Sturpan. 1.3 seconds then. Sturpan not been able to keep the pace of Kevin in front, so that opens up again to 2.3. Obi trying to drag this pack back towards Sturpan, but he's going to lose his penalty in a minute. That's going to release Mocking Weeks. Midas, Alani and Pilgrim could get past as well. It's only half a second penalty, so it won't be too traumatic for Obi. Mockin gets through. Obi peels back onto the racing line just in front of Midas Alani. He wasn't able to take advantage of that little penalty loss then. Pilgrim, oh no, Pilgrim finds himself in a 1 second penalty then. He's running himself all four wheels off the circuit around that penultimate corner. That is the result. It thinks you're just trying to carry the speed around the turn it into a sort of a nice arcing corner rather than the 90 degrees and 90 degrees that it is. Pugwash out on his own really at the minute. I know he's 10 seconds behind 7th place, but he is 5.2 seconds ahead of Tyre Slayer. He has wheedled his way back through the field to 9th for him then. Ginger Costa in 10th. Harris keeping himself bolted firmly onto the rear end of Ginger Costa. Maicon falls off the pack a little bit, so what is he? 1.5 seconds back. He has got a half a second penalty to lose as well. Manos falls off the field as well. He is now, what's that, 9.9 seconds behind Maicon. Only 4 seconds ahead of this man, Eric Blake. Again, Eric Blake's not had the best of races. He's 13 seconds behind the last time we checked up on him, but at least he's got somebody to look at in front of him. Can be a bit disheartening when you don't see anybody in track for a full race. Well, unless you're leading, of course, but even then. So pushing it a little bit hard through that corner, I think, and this one will pick you up a penalty. 3.1 second lead then for Dylan as we come pretty much to the 15-minute mark. Kevin trying to bring that time down, keeping himself well ahead of Sturpan here. Weeks doing his part in this train to try and drag 3rd place back towards these, well, it's 3 drivers now. There was 4. Pilgrims had to lose that second penalty. So Mockin, Midas and Obi all looking to close them on Sturpan just in front in the blue car. Far enough ahead to keep himself out of trouble at the minute, and so is everybody else. Midas Alani's just got enough in front of Obi. And Mockin's just got enough over Midas to keep themselves out of danger. Oof, a little swap there by Midas. Slows him down a little bit, brings Obi a tiny bit closer to him into this midfield section. Still no opportunity for an overtake just yet. Sturpan keeping himself out of danger in front of these boys as well. Not lost much time. Pilgrim 4.5 seconds behind Obi. He did only have a second penalty, but just the nature of this game never quite works out right. Wash in 8th again, having a little race of his own at this point. Ginger Costa, he's on the threat here. He's got Perez just behind him. Perez can have a go into turn 1. Not close enough, I don't think. Slipstream not going to be enough to drag him up the inside into turn 1, that's for sure. But does put him in a good position to get a chase on. Ginger Costa looks like he's got a better drive out of the corner, pulls that Porsche a little bit further away from Perez. It's going to be a tall order again to get him up the inside of turn 2. Again, looking maybe for a better run on the way out down towards turn 3. Ginger Costa fully aware of that. Oh, Ginger Costa! That's that battle in the bin. Ginger Costa gets a little wayward on the exit of turn 3. And exit turn 2 and bins it. That was Maicon to come through as well, so 2 positions lost then for Ginger Costa. There is Maicon Maicon just in front of Ginge. Still half a second penalty he's got to lose. Manos in 12th. Tyre Slayer's muffed it up again. He's fallen back to 13th position. Eric Blake still rolling around in 14th. Still a few seconds back there, unfortunately. To the lead of the race. A minute and a half left. Dylan leading, holding fastest lap as well. He took qualifying. Kevin doing everything he can to try and bring that time down between himself and Dylan. Nothing working at the minute though. 3.3 seconds the gap. Sturpan another 5.2 seconds back. Mockinweeks has got himself into an attack position, almost 0.5 of a second behind Sturpan. Solani not been able to hang on to the coattails of Mockin, so that gap opens up. Obi falls out of the slipstream as well from Midas. Let's just keep an eye on Mockin and for Sturpan here. Got some bumper cam action going on. Behind him through here then, just 0.2 of a second between them. That opens up a little bit as they come towards this penalty zone, still in no position to go for an attack into this next corner. Might have to wait for the start finish straight. Gets a good move on Sturpan there into this final corner. And gets past him. Great move, not too sure what happened with Sturpan, maybe just ran a little bit deep into that penultimate corner, had to let off the throttle a tiny bit longer than Mockinweeks did, maybe a tad of brakes. That slowed him down enough for Mockin to squeeze his way through. So we are over that 20-minute mark, we have got drivers crossing the line, and it is Pilgrim that takes the first of the positions in 7th, then Captain Pugwash comes home in 8th, Harris takes 9th, stayed ahead of Ginge Imposter. He did come under a bit of threat then by Maicon behind him in the end. Maicon taking 11th, Manos coming home in 12th, Tyre Slayer taking 13th, and Eric Blake is going to be taking 14th. So back to the front, Dylan. It's not been the easiest of races. It's not been like he's just driven away, but you know, he's had Kevin harassing him for that first place for pretty much the first half of it, and then penalties just cost him 1 or 2 tenths here or there, and it was enough to open the gap up. He's not been able to bring it down, so Dylan is going to take the win here in race 1. Doesn't mash it around that final corner. There he goes, race 1 win in the bag then. Kevin coming home in 2nd. Mockinweeks did get past Sturpan, so he's going to come home in 3rd. He'll be happy with that. Sturpan taking 4th. Midas Solani coming home in 5th. Obi-Wan taking 6th sideways through the camera as well. We've seen everybody else. Interesting. Now, I believe I've got to do that. Haven't I? I've got to generate a random number, correct? Whew. But I picked the right number last week, puggers, right? Oh, Christ almighty. How many people we got in the lobby? Oh, 14. All right. All right. So it's already on 2. I'll put 8 and 14 in the noggins. All right, because I'm not having anyone saying I'm cheating. And then I'm going to press that generate button. Look at this live. What does that say? What does that say? How's that, Puggers? How's that? Wait, I don't even know where Puggers finished. It could be bang on for Puggers again. So that's the reverse grid shenanigans going on. It's first to whatever number I pick gets reversed, and everybody else. I don't know. I could just be making it up. Oh dear, we're missing a driver. Oh. Warm. Not as warm as an Ace Ventura in a mechanical Rhino, that's for sure. No Puggers, no Puggers. Pack it in. He's never happy, Puggers. Always pick the wrong number for him. Apart from last week when apparently it was right. Pick your own damn number, Puggers, alright? In fact, we might just have to have a random number race just for you. So every week, regardless of where you qualify, I just pick you a random number and you start from that position. I'll organise it with Mocking and Builds. It'll be called the Shut Up Puggers About the Random Number Challenge Race League event. If that's even your real name. We've got people's real names. We've got PSNs, and then we've got the P1 naughtiest swear word almost Australian version. Yeah, no, yeah, mate. We've got those names, and they change regularly due to a comment that somebody says 3 miles of a chat that you don't see until like a day after, and you go, why is everyone's name changed? But you don't know who anyone is, and then people change their profile picture, and yeah. So some of these boys might not even be, you know, they might not even know what the real P1 is. They're all imposters, not just Ginge. A goddamn lot of them. I don't know why Mocking Weeks has put the question mark. But we have got 2 minutes until race 2. It is 2 races, not 3 races. It's 2 races. I don't know where I'm getting my lobby information from. I'm just getting them all mixed up. Everybody has different lobbies and settings and formats and reverse grid workings out, and it's, yeah. I forget. I just see cars and driving and racing and chat nonsense. How are we all doing anyway? So at the halfway point, if you're watching this and you were racing it and now you're watching it, this point, out of a scale of 1 to 10, comment how rank you are at the minute. I was sweaty because I know I'm sticky. I've got drippage, and I'm just sat here. You know what? I'm turning that off. Yep, that's going off. That's pumping out some. That's pumping out a bit of heat. Oof. Get rid of that light pointing in my face, eh? So, race 2 just about to get underway. Captain Pugwash not happy with the reverse grid number I've chosen. Get over it. Next week I might just put 14 in. Right, here we go then. Race 2 just about to get underway. So reverse grid, sort of. Half the field from 1st to 8th. There we go. See, Puggers, you're at the start of the grid. You're moaning. I should have a beep, 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 beep button. That's what I need for you, Puggers. Stop flashing your lights. Lights go on then. We wait for these to drop. Race 2. Oh no, we've got a jump start from Sturpan. Almost caught out teammate Kevin. Kevin nearly crashed into the back of him. He's getting swamped a little bit in that mid pack. But it is Puggers that leads us through turn 1. Pilgrim trying to get in behind him. He does. Midas Alani into 3rd. Then Obi still side by side with Kevin here for 4th. Kevin got inside into turn 2 coming up the hill. Obi's found himself with a penalty as well. Oh, Obi carried the speed. No, Obi carried the speed through, but couldn't go anywhere because of, I think, Midas Alani in front. And then almost span the rear of that Porsche off the track. I think he was lucky almost. There was a Mocking Weeks there to catch him. Oh, 3 wide into this turn. Oh, you maniacs. Dylan backed out of that one. Mocking Weeks tries to get at the inside of Obi. Battles happening in this midfield then as the faster drivers try to work their way back through the field. Dylan in 8th, Mycon 9th, Eric Blake 10th, Harris in 11th, Tyre Slayer 12th, Manos 13th, Gingy Imposter in 14th. Mardy one. Captain Pugmards. Still lead. We've got drivers all the way up his rear end at the moment. Pilgrim. Wash slowly peels over to that right hand side, goes defensive then coming into turn 1. Onto it, Pilgrim can't get the run on him. Straight out of the turn, tucks himself back into the slipstream. Now he's right behind him, but just for a little bit of bump draft in there is a Midas Alani who tucked right up the rear of these two as well. He now goes for a look at the inside into turn 2. Goes for the outside and the back end of. It's all kicking off here. I need to change this camera up. So Midas Alani has made that outside line work around the outside of Pilgrim. We have now got Kevin and the Sturpan closing up on him as well. There's a Dylan just in the background. Puggers still leads. Midas in 2nd. Pilgrim currently 3rd. Puggers has gone a bit wide. Kevin's found any kind of gap, made that car fit up it. Through he goes into 3rd. He's got the inside line through this through this turn as well. Nothing that Pilgrim can do through there. Well, apart from maybe nudge Kevin in the rear a little bit too hard, almost send him off track, but he's held on to it. Oh, Kevin's found himself with a penalty. Well, Sturpan's made full advantage of that as well. Got through. Midas Alani still not managed to get past Captain Pugwash, the leader of the race, yet. Now Pilgrim can have a go at Midas Alani into turn 1. Sturpan in 4th. Kevin 5th. Not able to get up the inside, not able to get a run out. Sturpan all over the back of him. Back up the inside then. The exit of turn 1. Kevin, door being left open enough for him to have a little look at the inside as well into turn 2. And there is a Dylan closing up on everybody. Slight mistake between Pilgrim and Sturpan slows them to both of those down. Kevin's managed to get through. Dylan's also managed to get through. Still leads this field. Pilgrim has a little look back at the inside on Dylan. Dylan also tries to have a little look, kicking some dirt there for Pilgrim. Dylan had a little look at Sturpan through there as well, but backed out of it. There's Monkey Weeks tucked onto the back end of this pack at the minute as well. A little bit of a gap then back to 8th with Mycon leading this next pack. Obi-Wan 2nd in that little field. He's just found himself in a half a second penalty. Manos in 10th then, took behind him. He should get past easily. Got penalties for Tyre Slayer and Perez. Ginger Costa will get past both of those then. And Eric Blake again struggling a little bit here in the Porsche. Maybe new to sim racing, maybe new to this track, this car. Who knows? All still kicking off here at the front though, everybody having a go at everybody else. Captain Pugwash still under threat here from Midas. Slow out of that turn, loses a bit of time. Sturpan then gets past Midas. He closes up on Captain Pugwash here, dragging Kevin with him. Dylan finds himself almost past Midas here as well. Captain Pugwash being swamped at the minute. And then in the slipstream, Kevin just behind him. Sturpan goes for a little look up the inside, out to the outside. Has he got it right or has he got it wrong? Carried far too much speed through there. Oh, the 3 group drivers nearly have it coming together. Midas Alani almost gets taken off track by teammate Kevin. Not that they're his teams, it's not us versus them or anything like that. They are just a bunch of drivers that have joined us. Captain Pugwash still leads them. You can see that when Pugger's brakes or decelerates, these boys brake or decelerate just a fraction of a second later. They just close that gap up. Dylan having a look at Kevin in the background, look right behind him then. He's going to be under all sorts of pressure coming up this start-finish straight here, Captain Pugwash. He manages to make a bit of a break, 0.3 of a second, just over. Now Sturpan and Kevin side by side up towards turn 1. We'll hang on to this view for the time being because it seems to be where all the action is. Kevin then into 2nd, Sturpan 3rd, Dylan right behind him, coming down towards turn 2. Midas gets pushed all the way down to 5th then. He's got himself past Pilgrim. Into 4th, right behind Sturpan. They all are. Kevin now looking to drive around the outside of Puggers. Works for him at the minute. Now looking to do the switch back through here. Pugger's fully aware of it though. Does allow Kevin, again he has just managed to find that gap but goes through there far too quickly. Carries the speed, almost takes himself out. Sturpan now has a little look. Dylan up the inside of Kevin through here. Holding his own then, 8 minutes in, still leading this one. Kevin scoots back, almost takes out Sturpan, taking that 2nd position back off him. Minus Alani as well, finding a way back past Dylan. Everybody having to go, everybody then to foot wash. Just holding on to that top spot. Midas having to go back at Sturpan into turn 1. Nowhere for Dylan to go through there. Oh, Midas gets a kick up the rear, or maybe runs into the back of teammate Sturpan in front. Really loses the tail end of that Porsche. Reese is going to have a go at him. Pilgrim's going to try and have a go at him as well here. It's through. Pilgrim not quite close enough, but closes up through turn 2. Right behind him on the exit as well. Let's just get ourselves to the front. Kevin having a look for the lead of the race around the outside of Captain Pugwash there. Puggers just keeping his car exactly where he needs to hold these drivers off. He is going to get overtaken at some point. They're going to find a way past one way or the other. Oh my God, Pilgrim, where are you going? Battle's really kicking off then. Dylan. Oh, here we go, Kevin then. He has found a little bit of room at the inside of Puggers. Closes the door on him though. Now Dylan, the attacking driver, onto the back end of Kevin through here. Sturpan holding 4th, finds himself half a second penalty, mocking into 5th. Minus Alani and Manos now has got himself in the back of the field through as well into 7th. Pilgrim, who we saw catapult himself off the circuit in the midfield section, finds himself under threat from Micon. Ginger Costa, the tyre slayer here. Paris just 2.4 seconds back. Obi not having a great race in race 2. 13th minute, 4.5 seconds down from Paris. 13 seconds behind race leader. Eric Blake still 8.4 seconds behind Obi. Good speed out. He's not quite been able to find the gap that time. Puggers again just closing those doors. It was absolutely awkward as possible for Kevin to find a way through. Not using the racing line, but here we go. Round the outside, just carries the speed through there. Oh, a little bit pushy. Both drivers going to end off track here. That's both their races ruined. Fighting a little bit too hard. And that again gifts Dylan the lead of the race. Sturpan just loses a penalty. That allows Mocker Weeks to come through to take 2nd. So it's all change here at Red Bull Ring. Dylan now 1st, Mockin 2nd, Sturpan 3rd, Kevin back on track in 4th, no penalty, hard tyres on for him. Micon in 5th. Pilgrim 6th, Captain Pugwash in 7th, Midas Alani right behind him in 8th, Ginger Costa in 9th. Tyre slayer 10th, Paris in 11th. Obi-Wan still way off that pack at the minute in 12th. Eric Blake 8.2 back in 13th. Who we lost in this race? We did have 14 drivers on track for race 1. 12.5 minutes in, Dylan leads 1.1 seconds over HKRT Sturpan. Weeks looking to come and have that position off of him. Poor Kevin has had a battle and a half trying to get past Captain Pugwash, and unfortunately it's cost the pair of them. Kevin from 2nd battling for 1st is fallen to 4th, a little way off that top 3. Pugwash as well, drops from 1st to 7th. Both drivers ended up off track through this very corner, in fact. A big pile of drivers here now looking for positions. Huggers up into 6th. Pilgrim loses the penalty, so loses that position as well in 7th. Huggers in 8th. Ginger Imposter 9th. Tyre Slayer 10th. Harris still there in 11th. Still no Dark Smoker logo on that. No. Obi-Wan 12th. Made up a bit of time, but he has found himself with another penalty here. Huggers going for some kind of move at the inside of turn 1. Let's go and see what he was up to. Not sure, but he's finding himself coming under threat here from Ginger Imposter. Towards turn 2 they go then. Ginger and Huggers side by side. Huggers got the inside line. Driver's running a little bit deep through there. Slayer holding that 10th, Paris 11th. Drivers do pick up penalties for running a little bit wide through there. Huggers and Ginger Imposter both picking up on a 2nd. Obi-Wan now finds himself with another 2nd penalty. Not getting on with Red Bull Ring at all tonight, Obi. Jedi Forces falling away. Battle on for the lead though. Dylan has made a mistake. Sturpan is coming back to have a go. He has got himself on the inside line there. Battle is back on. Mockin holding that 3rd. Kevin has closed the gap. The battle in front has obviously slowed him down a little bit. That's allowed him to close back up on Mockin and everybody else. So 5 minutes remaining. The lead of the race changes again. It is now HKRT Sturpan in the lead. Bit of weaving up the straight. Well, not weaving, but can get that top spot back. I'm sure he'd like both wins tonight. Again, qualifying. Fastest lap in race 1. He took the win in race 1 as well. Again, slowing everybody down. Mocking Weeks now bolted onto the rear end of Dylan. Kevin as well. Kev takes another couple of tenths out of these boys. He is definitely getting closer. That top 3 is bolted together now. Sturpan on the mediums, Dylan and Mockin on the hard tyre. Again, Kevin bringing a little bit of time down. Getting ever closer to Mockin Weeks anyway. Dylan though, not able to keep up with Sturpan just there. Loses a little bit more time. That gap stretches to 0.6 of a second. He has started to run out of time then to regain that lead. Stretches to almost a second then as they come out of that final corner. Mockin actually closes up on Dylan. Sturpan hang on to the lead then. 3 minutes remaining in race 2. No, Maicon! We find him backwards. Found himself in, well, he did find himself in 5th position with drivers kicking each other in. Managed to hold that position for a fair few laps. Fortunately, we just catch him getting that thing backwards. And everybody closing up on him. Captain Pugwash has made another mistake as well. Drops from 7th to 11th. Maicon again in 12th, just been overtaken, and that brings Eric Blake back into the fight here. And look at this, Sturpan up front is pulling away. Over a second between himself and Dylan. We've not been able to make his way past Dylan either. Kevin takes another couple of tenths out of Mockin, but again finds himself with a penalty. So that's 1.3 minutes between him and Mockin. Let's see what it's by the time they take that final turn. See, it was half a second penalty, and it's May as well have been 0.7. Oh, and again, loses a penalty, picks up a penalty. The driver in front with a penalty as well. It's Dylan in second with a half a second penalty. Sturpan still extending his lead. 1.1 seconds. Just falls away a little bit. 1 ahead of Dylan. Again, Dylan's got that half a second penalty to lose. That's going to release Mocking Weeks and take that position off of him. Again, Kevin has got a penalty as well, so that's him pretty much out of the fight. We have only got a minute left on the race timer. Minus Alani battling it out between him and Pilgrim. Look at that. Both drivers literally putting it in first gear and creeping around there. So he's not to kick either driver off. Tyre Slayer going to have a good look at the pair of them and coming down towards turn 3. Up the inside of Midas Alani, not able to get close enough to Pilgrim for that one. Harris has found himself with a penalty. Eric Blake has made an overtake. Micon into 13th then. So lost a bit of time, but Dylan losing a penalty there. Mocking Weeks. Has he managed to get past? Dylan's carried the speed through pretty well. He's held on to that one. But that is it. 20 minutes done and dusted. This will be Sturpan taking the win here. There he goes. Race 2 win then in the bag for Sturpan. Dylan coming home in second. Mocking Weeks taking third. Kevin taking fourth. Pilgrim taking 5th position. 6th place for Tyre Slayer. 7th place for Ginger Imposter. Oh my god. Hold on. Midas Alani, you went all over the place. Pilgrim 5th then. Midas 6th. I'm going to have to look at actual results for that one. Sturpan taking a win then. There he is on that top spot. Dylan 2nd, Mocking Weeks in 3rd, Kevin 4th, Pilgrim 5th, Midas in 6th, Obi 7th, Tyre Slayer taking 8th, Peris taking 9th, Ginger Imposter 10th, Captain Pugwash 11th, Micon 12th, Eric Blake 13th, and it was HKRT Manos who ended up DNFing. Yeah, I thought we had 14 drivers. So he DNF'd then, unfortunately. There we go. Round 3 done and dusted. And good, because it's roasting in here. I've got to peel myself out of this seat when we're done. Whoa. But yeah, that's it for the Porsches tonight. I am actually back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for the GTTCC. That's also going to be a 9 o'clock start. 2 half-an-hour races tomorrow in GR4s. Back on Saturday night as well for the Ring Calf. That starts at 8 o'clock. Different format this week. We're changing it up in terms of how many laps, that sort of thing. So again, trying something different. And then Sunday night back for the round 2 of the Civics Unleashed. And then yeah, same time, same place next week for round 4 of the Porsches. Just to let everyone know now, I'm not here at all next weekend, so you'll see the Thursday stream. There'll be no Friday nights GTTCC next week. There'll be no Ring Cafe on Saturday night next week, and there will be no Civics Unleashed next Sunday. All right, because I'm not here. And if I am here, I'm going to be absolutely knackered. So that's not happening. That's not happening. But that is it for me tonight. Again, back tomorrow night at 9, back on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and Sunday night at 9 o'clock as well. But other than that, I hope you like what you've watched. If you have, make sure you click all those buttons, people. Like, subscribe, there, share it out, that sort of stuff. But most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.